Just getting this jackpot all cleaned up. I know I said I was going to make a video on it, but I just wanted to sit and work on it without being on camera. But there's a couple of other things going on. So it looks like we have a space for the arcade. You want to see it? Of course you do. Come on, let's go look. So PEI provides potatoes for a lot of Canada and the US and various other places, and right here on the right is one of PEI's potato mines, and you can see they have the trucks. They bring them up from the tunnels and process them in that building, and then it's onto the trucks and off to your plate. I've been looking in the Charlottetown area, and Charlottetown is it's the biggest city on Prince Edward Island. The second largest would be Summerside, I believe. There's an area on the sort of in the middle on the north end of the island called Cavendish. Cavendish is really popular for the Anna Green Gables stuff. That's the area that I haven't read the book. I know I'm probably going to get kicked off the island for saying that, but it's where the Anna Green Gables character had lived or something, and that's where the woman who wrote the book I'm screwing up history. I should probably just shut up about that. I'm going to be in so much trouble for not knowing anything about Anna Green Gables. Yeah, anyway, so I've been looking mostly in Charlottetown area, or some of the towns that are very, very close to Charlottetown, because that's a lot of the tourist draw in the summer is in Charlottetown, and it's the largest population on the island. So I figured to be open year round, it makes sense to be in that area. So I found a space that is in Cornwall. Now, Cornwall is just a handful of minutes outside of Charlottetown to the west. It's kind of a cool little community. And this space that I found out about is just kind of right as you enter Cornwall from Charlottetown. So, okay, great. That's a pretty good location. The company is it's a pizza place, and they have a large building that their restaurant is in, but since COVID, they've had this huge dining room space. It's about 1,400 square feet that has been basically closed because of COVID. They had started working on that right before COVID hit. They had started kind of fixing up that dining room space to kind of bring in some nighttime clientele. So they painted the ceilings black, they painted the wall black, a couple of the walls black, hung some monitors and some fancy pants lighting and a bunch of other stuff. There's still a bunch of booths in there. But when I first saw the space, I was like, holy cow, that already looks like an arcade already. So we started talking, and right away, I was one of the first people that talked to them about this space. And right away, we both realized that we both bring something to the table for each other's businesses. And so maybe instead of walling it off and separating it down into a unit, I can lease their dining room floor space. Now, the benefit of that is that they have a liquor license. So you could theoretically come in, you could get a beer, you could go play some pinball, you could have a slice of pizza, you can move back and forth between the two spaces. Yeah, a lot of cool possibilities there. So right now, I'm meeting with the people who own the pizza place and the liquor control board people, and we're going to sit down and discuss what our ideas are, just to make sure that everything's going to be kosher and cool, and the liquor people won't have a problem. And if that's good, then this is basically a done deal, and we'll be good to go. So let's find out what happens there. I heard back from the liquor man, and the liquor man and his friends said no liquor on the premises. That isn't a no liquor forever. There's some modifications that they want us to make in the space before they'll give us a liquor license. So we're going to look into that and see what the expense of doing that is. And so that's the bad news. Now the good news is I have a signed lease. So we actually have a physical space that we can set up the arcade now. And everything else through the cities and everything else, everything's been cleared through there. So we've got thumbs up across the board there. Now it's just basically getting the space up and ready to go. There's a couple of little blockers that we have. The biggest one is going to be electrical. So the electrical service that comes into the building right now doesn't have enough. It's just not enough to service all the machines. So we're going to drop a new 200 amp service into the space, and then we'll run lines just for the pinball machines on that service. That's going to take a little while because we have to arrange it with Maritime Electric and all of that business. So I'm going to the space tomorrow to meet with an electrician. We're going to walk through and figure out everything that we need to do, and then we'll start the process there. While we're doing that, we have to clear the tables and booths out of that space. And then there's a couple of little fiddly things that we need to do to set up. This space will actually have there's a little workshop area in the back. It used to be sort of their coffee drink area. And I'm going to be able to use that space where I can actually have a machine set up to work on. So I'm going to be working on getting that space cleared up and ready to go over May. And yeah, I guess that's all the news that I have right now. The big news is we finally have a space. We're good to go in that front. So May we'll be working on it. I'm hoping that I can be open early June, but some of that is going to really depend on getting the electrical in and going. The modifications that I made to the electrical system at my house took a little while to get done. Not months and months, but about a month. So that's going to be the big hurdle, I guess. So hopefully we'll be open early to mid June. We'll see. But I'm not going to be doing any more kind of my bigger production videos. I'll be doing some quick videos like this to give you updates on where we are. I'll take this camera in and we can do some shots of the space, some better shots of the space, give you an idea of you can watch it sort of evolve. And I have to haul a bunch of pinball machines, 40 something pinball machines going in that space. So I guess that's all the news I have for right now. Good news. We're going forward. Everything is hunky-dory and groovy. All right. Until next time.